is the moment BrahjCast fans listening around the world have been waiting for. Live from the BrahjCast studios in Mazomanie, Wisconsin, it's time! 1 hour of mind-blowing conversation for the podcasting championship of the world. Introducing first, casting out of his office corner, he is a Jiu-Jitsu Grandmaster and a black belt at Knowledge Bomb University, boasting a perfect podcasting record of 420 wins with 0 losses. He stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 180 1/2 pounds, fighting out of Mazomanie, Wisconsin, introducing the reigning, defending, podcasting champion of the world, the BrahjCast's very own Christopher Michael Karowitz.
What's up, everybody? It's Chris from the BrahjCast. You can say it with me now. Wife's gonna love that. She's out there watching fucking Sex in the City. It's the BrahjCast, and you know the DZ peeps, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm here with my boy. Say what's up, Pepino Man.
What's up, everybody? Pepino Man in the house.
My man. Out there in sunny California, my brother, what is the temperature out there right now? As I sit in -8 degrees.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Really negative?
It's fucking horrible.
Oh, wow.
In Wisconsin. Horrible in Wisconsin right now.
Today, I was like, oh, that sounds awful, man. I can't take the cold, man.
it's fucking rough, brother.
I live a little bit closer to the mountains, so
All
I'm
right.
kind of close to the mountains. So you know, I mean, the snow is not that far away from here. Like, you know, I could go to the snow and be at the top of the mountain half an hour from here.
I actually saw a picture you
it's
posted recently of the mountains.
Yeah, and I kind of posted that because Jason Zombie Collector, you know, I guess he gets a shout out right there.
Boom.
He was asking, hey, like, have you ever seen the snow, or like, you ever been to the snow? I was like, yeah, it's like
All
it's
the
right
time.
here.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a half hour away, really, when it snows. But I don't gotta live in it, you know. I can go enjoy it and then come back home. But yeah, oh man, it's been freezing in the mornings. We've been in the 40s in the morning, man. Really, really cold, man. I mean, my little chicken nuggets were all inside my pouch, you know, real tight.
I think if we hit 40 degrees right now, literally people will be coats off, windows down, just loving it. Because when you go from a wind chill of -32, 40, that's a 70-degree swing. Woo!
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what you're talking about because, like, I work at USC and so we have the baseball games. Which our first game's already next week. So we have opening day for college baseball next week. And so we usually play the teams from up north, northeast or whatever you want to say. You know, New York area, Michigan area, all those teams usually come here to play the first month of the season because it's usually still too cold where they're at.
Fuck yeah.
So we host all these teams. You know, like we're gonna play Nebraska, and you know we play all these teams from up there first, and the temperatures here would be like in the 60s, and we're over here like with jackets on, and these guys are like, you know, in shorts and they're like, oh,
yep.
this is awesome. We're like, what the heck, wow, this is crazy.
Nope, 100%.
You know, we're over degrees, and they're loving it.
I was gonna ask you. I have some few notes written down that I wanted to hit on. When do you get, like, I know you work like do the field work for the Dodgers. When do you start that, with opening day being like April 1, 2, or 3? When will you guys go and start making sure shit's all good and ready?
Right about now is when we start ramping it up.
No shit.
Yeah, but I'm not there. I only work basically the games. I'm what you call game staff.
Okay.
So I work every game. They have a full-time crew. The crew full-time year-round is only like 4 guys, you know, the 2 bosses and 2 full-timers. But they don't have much to do, but, you know, we just had Fan Fest, you know, and Fan Fest will kill the field. So we waited until after Fan Fest, and then we start pumping it up and getting it ready. Because a field that's not touched, that's the difference between a professional field and, you know, your basic city field or park,
Right.
little league. Is
Right.
the amount of use it gets. You know what I mean? That's like you could use a fertilizer, you know, that will start working like in 12 hours and, you know, magically just steroid your field up, but nobody can step on it.
Right.
Okay, nobody
Right.
can step on it for 12 hours. So that's you can't use that kind of stuff in a public park or stuff like that because people are going to get on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's the advantage of these parks, man. They could use some stuff that, you know, do stuff that we can't because they limit the field use so much. That's
nice.
That's the secret. You know,
that makes sense. I never really heard that, or, you know, was told that. So yeah, that's really cool. That makes sense. How long have you been? Go ahead.
No, yeah, because like the ryegrass, that's the green stuff that you see, that stripe's really nice.
Right.
That seed is incredible, man, because that seed will pop in about 1 week.
That's fucking
I
crazy.
mean? Like you throw it out, you know, and if you have the right conditions, man, you'll start seeing that thing pop up in 3 or 4 days.
No doubt.
You know, so it doesn't take that long. So I mean, if we were to throw out that seed right now in about 1 month, man, the field would look like just pristine, brand new.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
No shit.
But the thing is with us is we throw seed out, but we got people using it, so they're killing the seed. You know, where you know the exercises. But if you don't have anybody on your field, man, you get 100%. You know, I almost say it's easier. I would think it's easier to take care of a major league ballpark than a public park or a college or a little league. You know what I mean? Just because
nobody's there, right?
Yeah, you know, there's so much control over what goes on.
That makes sense. How long have you been doing that?
The responsibility is nuts.
How long have you been doing working the games and stuff like that for the Dodgers?
15 years. This will be my 16th.
Damn.
So 2004. 2004 was my first year I worked there.
See, when I remember when I first watched your channel, I'd get bits and pieces that you had ended up working at the field, and I was like, man, his first job, he was like at the ballpark, you know, like, you know, selling popcorn, you know, as a kid and shit, and just worked his way up to the dream job of filming motherfuckers as you're, you know, tending god damn it, the track or the warning track. You know, I saw some video of that and shit. I thought that was like your first gig and your whole gig and shit.
There's a couple of guys, you know, that's how they started. One was a security guard. I think 2 of them were security guards, and one day, like, the grounds crew needed help. They volunteered, and then eventually just worked their way in there. Mm-hmm. But now it's just, with us, it's really word of mouth as far as the game staff goes. But the full-time guys, you know, they you got to have your college degree and go through all kinds of interviews to get that job.
I bet.
So that's the full-time year-round, and you're part of the actual Dodger Union, you know, and stuff. But
oh, no doubt. Very nice.
So, but most of us, we know, it's like, if one guy quits, like, our boss says, hey, you guys got anybody? You know? Hey, I got my friend Jose. No, he'll come in.
That's awesome. Well, if that wasn't your first job selling popcorn as a kid at LA, what was it? If you can go that far back.
Well, let me explain to you how I got that job first, real quick.
There you go.
I don't know if I said this before, but when I was going to school, to be at first I wanted to be a golf course superintendent. That's what I wanted to be. And so after being in school for a year, one of my classes was sports turf management, and we went on a field trip to Anaheim Stadium and talked to Barney, the head groundskeeper there. And I was like, yeah, oh, this is cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, all I was thinking the whole time was just golf course groundskeeper. And then we went to Anaheim, and I was like, whoa, I never thought about being a baseball groundskeeper. You know what I mean? And then we went on a field trip to Dodger Stadium, you know, and so then that sparked. So I changed my major. I changed my major from golf, you know, to sports turf management, and so I applied for a scholarship. And I had to write an essay, you know, of where I plan to be in 10 years, you know, and this was like 20 years ago.
They made the essay, write an essay.
Yeah, you know.
Sorry to interrupt that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I had to write, you know, an essay about where I plan to be in on 10 years. And one of the judges was Dave Miller, who's the head groundskeeper for the Boston Red Sox. So after he read my essay, he actually like called me up. He got my number from somebody. He called me up and offered me a job with the Boston Red Sox.
Nice.
You know, so that was in 2000. That was 2003, and I would have started there in 2004. Which means if I would have took that job, I would have a World Series ring from 2000.
Man.
But it wouldn't. I couldn't do it because I already had my family.
Right.
And to start off over there, it just didn't pay enough for my move my whole family over there. And I was just like, it's not financially possible, you know, because it's mainly like when you start off, it's usually a bunch, you know, it's perfect for people that are single, you know what I mean? Because
yeah, 100%. Yep.
You know, but my wife she grew up to understanding how it is now, and it's, you know, but at first it's really tough, you know, because you're constantly working crazy hours and, you know, consecutive times. But anyways, so I didn't. So I told him I couldn't do it, and he tells me, oh well, you know, I'm really good friends with the head groundskeeper at Dodger Stadium. You know, if you want to try to get a job with the Dodgers, and I was like, oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
You know, what? You know, hell yeah. So went over there. They called me. You know, he called them. They called me, and I was like, yeah. So I went and applied. Remember, I went through a couple of interviews. Like the first interview, I remember it was just like basic head groundskeeper questions and stuff. And then the second interview was more like, how do you react and stuff. And, you know, they were like, are you a Dodger fan? And I'm all like, yeah, of course, man. That's, you know, like, well, that's what we don't want. You know what I mean?
I guess.
They're like, we need people to stay professional and not, you know, be starstruck.
Yeah.
And I told, well, and I was actually working at a country club. I told him, oh yeah, that's not a problem. I work at a country club right now where there's plenty of stars. You know, De La Hoya's a member. I see Fernando Valenzuela, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I go, I see these people all the time. I'm act professional. And they're like, oh, okay, so you know, so that helped me out get that job.
Start name dropping some A-listers.
Yeah, I actually got a driver, one of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's drivers, man. That thing is crazy long, man. It's crazy long.
Oh shit! I bet it's like like as tall as you and shit, man. Fuck.
Oh man, you know that guy's super tall, man.
That's awesome.
You almost have to swing it like a baseball bat because it's so long. You know, you can't hold it up and down.
You do, you know, that's I know you for baseball, obviously. It's a big focus on your channel, but you always, in all of our podcasts together, you're always talking about other sports and stuff like that. Like, what other stuff don't we get to see? Is there other cards and maybe like memorabilia or like non-baseball kind of stuff that you got that's like other things you collect or anything like that? Or is it just kind of mainly baseball?
I mean, I collect a little bit of everything. You know, honestly, I could say I do.
You were talking about comics even last time. I think we were talking about comics.
Yeah.
Because I remember after we were done, I went and looked at mine.
Yeah,
my dollar comics that I don't know shit about.
Comic books was probably the first thing that I collected. You know what I mean? And it's weird, you know, like
collected. Like
when people see my bobbleheads, they say, "Oh, you're a bobblehead collector." And I'm like, "No, I'm not." You know, but you have like 300 of them. You know, it's like, well, to me, I consider a collector someone who is like actually knows about their stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
knows
Baseball cards,
exactly.
okay. You could ask me about all my baseball cards. I could tell you about baseball cards. I know how much most of them are worth. I know all that stuff about them.
I
But
agree.
if you ask me something about my bobbleheads, what year this one came out, I don't know. You know what
Fucking,
I
I
mean?
have no clue.
So same thing with the comic books. That's why I say I don't collect comic books, but that was probably the first thing that I collected as a kid. Like actually kept them in a box, um, because it was just a situation. When I was younger, 5, 7 years old and stuff, I spent all my summers in Mexico, so they used to give me money, and man, I think the comics were like 5 cents each. So for
Right.
$1, you just get a shitload of them, and one of my biggest memories with comic books, I guess why the only thing like people always say like nostalgia, nostalgia, and I always say I don't really have a nostalgia. I go, but the only thing I do remember about comic books like really stands out is because when I was little, I was an illegal immigrant, but I used to go to Mexico back and forth all the time like nothing. All right, and basically my my younger brother, he was born in the States, so he had a birth certificate. And when you're
Mhm.
a kid, there's no picture IDs or nothing, so all you use is a birth certificate to cross the border, you know? So if you ever been to like Mexico, Tijuana, whatever, it takes hours. You're in line in your car for hours to get out.
Oh, no shit.
Okay. So what we used to do is we would get in line in the card border, and it would take like 2 hours. So me and my mom, she would she would take my brother's birth certificate, and I would take a couple comic books with me, and we walk across the border. Okay. So
Uh-huh.
me and my mom would walk across Mexico. She used my brother's birth certificate, to get me across. And then when we get to the United States side, we would just find like a corner somewhere, and here, I'm gonna go back to the car and you wait for me. And
Right.
I would sit there for like 2 hours alone with just my comic books waiting for my parents to cross the border. So my
Fuck
mom, my
yeah.
dad, and my brother would be in the car, and then they come across, and then they go pick me up.
Peace out. Done.
And like it never really dawned on me until like lately when I was thinking of my comic book, and I would think about that, and I was like, wait, I was like fucking in kindergarten. They would leave me alone and in fucking
Right.
another country for a
Just stay
couple of
right
hours.
here. Right.
So the
Fuck,
only thing
man.
I would have with me was my comic books.
Fucking do what you gotta do. No shit. So you got some good memory, like some serious memories tied to those bad boys.
Yeah. So that would be the first thing I collected, and that's probably yeah, the thing I think about most when that's a big memory I have is just sitting by myself, and every once in a while people would come, are you okay? Hey,
Right.
you need help? No, you know,
I'm good.
are you alone? No.
Right. My mom's over there in the store. No worries. Yeah, I collected
Yeah, so
comics.
that's how we used to get that's how I would get across, man, for years. That was what we did for years. Me and my brother would go to Mexico, and then me and my mom would walk across, and I'd sit on the other side. Then she walked back across with the birth certificate, so my brother can use it. And then they'd come across and then pick me up. That's how we did it for years, man, for years.
Then what? Let's continue this story. Then
Uh,
how
then
did
I guess
you become just the formal way, the official way, like some tests and stuff?
uh,
A written
well,
test?
I don't know if you're familiar. I don't know if you're familiar, but from my experience or from what I know, I'm not an expert, but like every president pretty much had always does like an amnesty. You
Okay.
know what I mean? And
No, no, I
like
don't. And for all the other listeners as dumb as me, kind of like explain what that is real quick.
basically when a president is
Like a
running and
freebie?
it's coming close to election, they give free amnesty to like millions of immigrants
Now
usually,
I now I get
and
it.
kind of get their vote and kind of get their vote in the process. You know what I mean?
I fucking got my vote, buddy. Yep.
Exactly.
That's
So I
awesome.
think
Now
I
I
think
get
my
it.
mom got in like my mom got in under Reagan. I think my grandma got in under Clinton. My mother-in-law got in under Obama. They've all done it. That's how most of my it's like wait for an amnesty and you get in. You know, you just pretty much become a citizen and just got to vote for the guy who got you in.
That's fucking awesome. Good shit. So collecting comics, collecting cards. collecting bobbleheads, fucking collecting subscribers. Last time I looked, you had 1,399 people subscribed to Pepino Man.
I looked at it earlier. And I was like at 1,401.
Right, dude. I lose a couple
And
here and there for some reason.
Oh yeah, that happens all the time. You know, because I've been floating around at about 490 for like 3 weeks almost. It seems like, you know, and it'll be like 392, then 388. But after I did that, and I was still like at 390 yesterday morning. And then after I posted that how to make an Italian sandwich, I got gained like 10 subscribers off of that or something.
I watched oh boy pull that nice 1 of 1. Tell me about that.
Yeah, okay, so Andy Morris from Three River Sports Cards, he's down here on business, so he was in Anaheim. So he, told me, hey, I'll meet you at your card shop. So I said, all right. So yeah, that was my card shop that we were at.
Nice, nice place.
Well, Andy was nice enough. Yeah, Andy was nice enough to buy us those archives boxes and those silver packs.
Boom.
So he bought us those packs. Said, hey, let's have a pack war, you know. So we're like, ooh, so we went to go do it. And his friend, he doesn't collect. He doesn't know anything, you know, about the prices or even keep up with football anymore. And he's like, oh, yeah, you know, when I was a kid, yeah, I had a couple cards, you know what I mean, kind of thing. And so we go, yeah, and if you see in the video, he pulls that Nolan Ryan one, he says, hey, it's a Nolan Ryan, you know.
Like,
and then,
you're going to like this.
And he looks at it and like, oh, it's a 101, oh, you know. And then, so Andy, like, looks it up. He's like, man, that's like a $350 card right there. And the guy's like, yeah, for real? Like, he doesn't get it, you know what I mean? Like, why would someone, you know, then, he tells Andy, he's like, here, you want it? And he's like, Andy's like, no, man, that's yours, man.
Fuck yeah.
So, well, I'll sell it to you.
That's a nice ass card, man.
Oh hell yeah, man!
I don't have any Nolan Ryan autographs, and I have a mini Nolan Ryan binder going right now. And unlike Jose Canseco, where I only collect them really in the A's unless the card looks really cool. I do have a couple of him in other uniforms that are like some real, you know, shiny ass cool cards, but I don't mind Nolan. I take any and all Nolan Ryan cards in any uniform because he's the fucking greatest, man. The greatest. His fucking stats. And like I've said in every fucking, anytime I get the chance, I love the backs of Nolan Ryan's cards because there's like 27 years of stats you get to look at, and that's fucking awesome. You get to see what this dude did.
Yeah, man. I bought a
7 no-hitters, dude. Come on, 7 no-hitters, 5,000 strikeouts, 300 plus wins. I mean, what? Like, that's fucking amazing. Beat the shit out of fucking Robin Ventura.
Yeah, that's a crazy one, huh?
Man. So that would be nice. And yeah, like, what kind, do you have some Nolan Ryan cards? Like, do you have some oldies or close to the rookie or anything like that?
I have a couple of the 69s. I think it's his second year.
Nice. Fucking nice, man.
Yeah, but I want to get one. You could get a Nolan Ryan card that's in bad shape for like $80,
I'll take
$50.
I'll take it. I just want a piece of cardboard.
Well, I don't. That was one guy I don't have is Nolan Ryan. And okay, when I did, alluding to your question you were asking me earlier, you asked me about my first job. I started working at this liquor store that I used to go to every day to buy baseball cards. You know, well, not every day, but practically every day. And the owner, he used to collect baseball cards as a kid, so he just started selling his cards, and he made like a little glass display. Then he started selling hats. So man, when I was young, once I started working there, I used to buy a hat with every paycheck. Oh man, I had every single hat, man. You know, back you're talking about like in 87, 88. So this was like the Kings hats, like the Rams hats, like the style like you see Eazy-E in them wearing. Like that was awesome back then.
Looking fresh. Hell yeah.
And but working there, that's when I was first able to start to buy singles,
Yep.
And then he started telling me about card shows, and then I started going to card shows. But before that, I used to just know about packs, and I would buy packs there. And I went there almost every day with like 50 cents. So even a card that was $1 was just like out of the question. So I never
Right.
really looked at the single cards, until I got my first paycheck. Then I was like,
Boom.
you mean you mean I could take that Steve Sachs home? You know what I mean? What? I could take that Fernando Valenzuela 3rd year card. Yeah, that changed everything. And that was my first job, was at a liquor store. And I started working there under the table when I was like 15.
No shit.
And then once I turned 16, the owner told me to go get a worker's permit. And then I had to reduce my hours because then I had to do everything with shit,
Yep.
And so for a little while there, I started buying cards. But I did have a friend. That's why I'm alluding to this. I did have a friend who was like a Nolan Ryan freak. So every Nolan Ryan that I pretty much had during my childhood, teenage years, I ended up trading, or giving to him.
Yep.
So when I got back into the hobby, I noticed, I don't have any Nolan Ryans because, my friend Daniel has them all. He wanted every Nolan Ryan. But yeah, man, I worked at that liquor store for a pretty good while. Probably like 6 months, 8 months. But when you're a teenager, that seems like a lifetime.
Right.
I was there forever. Felt like, man, I'm ready to retire. But I was there for like 8 months. But I had to quit. My mom made me quit because we got robbed. We got held up.
What?
I remember I was right there playing the video games. Like we were about to close up, and I was just playing the video game, and this dude just comes up next to me with the shotgun. You know what I mean? Like, woo, woo, and I'm like 16 years old. Like, whoa, this, like, what are you doing? Yeah, and makes me get him back at the counter, and the other guys in the back of the counter, and they just go through all our shit and take everything.
Damn.
And my mom was worried. This is before cell phones, obviously. So normally I would get home about 9:30 because we closed at 9. But that day I didn't get home till like 11:30. For the investigation and the cops and all this. So my mom was worried when I got home. Obviously when I told her, well, yeah, this guy came in and put a gun on my face, and then you know what I mean? She freaked out. She made me quit.
That's the end of that.
Yeah. And I didn't think I had another job till after that, till I graduated high school, and then I started working at McDonald's.
When someone comes in and steals from a liquor store, do they steal just the cash and not look at the hats and those baseball cards that he's got there, or do they scoop everything?
No, that's all they did, man.
Just cash.
Yeah. And it was funny because when the cops come and they tell the owner, well, you got cameras everywhere, we should have them, because they weren't wearing masks. You know what I mean? They just went and straight balls out. No, the owner says he starts. This is VHS times. So he puts the 8-hour tape in at 9 a.m. when he opens, and by like 5 or 6, the tape runs out.
Oh.
So the tape, the tapes already stopped running by the time that robbery happened.
Yep. Man, I remember, when I was managing other establishments, we'd have to change those stupid ass security tapes, and for sure they were just 8-hour tapes or whatever, and we just rotated that shit per month, so it was really only logged back like 30 days, and you just recorded over it, and every month over it and over it and over it. Maybe it was like 2 months because they kind of rotated a little bit. But, that's grainy ass fucking footage that you can't see shit on anyway. Back in the day, not like today. I'm sure it's a little bit more, a little bit better. But
the next job I had, like right after high school, so I didn't have a job obviously for like 2 years after that. I was working at McDonald's, right? We had this basement where it's cold, where the freezer is basically. You walk downstairs and there's just like big ass cases, like 200 fucking burger patties, everything was humongous. And we had these metal stairs. The stairs to go up and down were made out of metal. And they sent me downstairs to go get a case of patties, which is like 200, 300, I don't know how many, hamburger patties all frozen. And I'm walking up the stairs and I'm bear hugging the case, So the bottom opens up, man. As I'm almost at the top of the care stage, the bottom opens up. Oh, dude, and these fucking hamburger patties just clank, 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 hitting the metal stairs, pretty much slinking all the way down, bam, bam, bam. I mean, imagine like 200 burgers, man, just going all over the floor from the top, hitting. Yeah, and when I think about it now, I didn't think about it, but, because I'm just scared. I don't want to get fired. I tape up the box and I put all those patties back in the box and then just walk back up and turn them in and cook them up and sold them.
100%,
yeah, that's
man.
bad. I think about it now, but at the time I wasn't thinking, I was just thinking, I was in a fucking hurry, didn't want nobody to go in there.
Yeah, didn't want nobody to see that shit. 100%. And dude, if you did it and I did it, it happens everywhere, and it's probably still happening. Shit like that, man. Unfortunately, I've done my share of line cooking and shit like that. And on a Sunday morning, hungover with a breakfast rush with fucking 3 other people that are just as hungover as you. It is what it is, motherfucker. Shit drops, shit falls. It is what it is. Just fucking crank that shit out. Get through it.
Yeah, and it's not, you don't do it out of malice. It's just like, nope, anybody can that.
Is what it is. Got to keep going. So they didn't steal cards from the store. Have you ever had card living out in L.A.? Or I always say L.A. like you're straight out in L.A. Are you? Shit, am I wrong about that?
No, I'm in Los Angeles County.
Yeah, you're in LA
County.
Yep, there you go. It's have you ever had like your cards stolen like as a kid or anything like that?
No, not as a kid, but I'll tell you what, like about about 3 or 4 years ago, before I started YouTube and I was more into Instagram, I used to carry all my cards with me. Not all my cards, but I used to carry like my best cards with me and like take them to the beach, take them to the mountains, you know what I mean? And take pictures of them everywhere.
Oh, no shit.
And so there was this point, a period during the baseball season where I was working a lot of events at night by myself, or with somebody else, or my bosses wouldn't be there. And we'd have to do something for the field, and there'd only be like 2 of us there left. And I would take a lot of my cards. I would take like my Pee Wee Reese and take pictures of it on third base. I'd take my Roy Campanellas and take pictures of it on home plate. I would take my Sandy Koufaxes and take pictures of it on the mound, So I used to have I remember I had my 1966 Mickey Mantle, the 69 Mickey Mantle, because I had just bought those 2. I had that Sandy Koufax, the Pee Wee Reese, the Roy Campanella. I had like my best vintage cards.
Oh, no.
Because when I first got back into collecting again, I was going pretty much strictly vintage. Now I'm buying packs and hobby boxes. I wasn't doing it at first. But so I used to have all these cards in my backpack. And my backpack had a small hole. And every time we go to Dodger Stadium, they have those double bubbles or Bubble King bubble gums, like Bazooka Joe's.
Oh yeah.
That they give the players. So before every game, we always load up our pockets, and chew them. And at the end of the night, whatever I have in my pocket, I put it in my locker. So in my locker, man, I had like 100 pieces of chewing gum. So I remember after that night, I put them all in my backpack to take them home. So when I was walking to my car, and I turned, like this is at night. When I was walking to my car, I had my backpack with me, and I put it in my car. And once I turned on my lights, I saw like a little trail of bubble gums. And I was like, oh shit, my backpack has a hole. So it was like leaving this little trail of bubble gums, right? So, whatever, I just left. All right. Well, the next morning on Saturday, like the house that I was living at before, it had a long driveway, and my car was parked in the driveway. And from my slash room, what I used to call my old card room, was called my slash room before, I hear something outside in the driveway. So I go outside, and there's this dude like acting like he's taking a piss by my car. You know what I mean? Between the wall and the car. And he's like, hey, I'm just taking a piss, man. I'll be gone right now. And I was like, fuck, all right, whatever. What am I gonna do now?
Right.
So I just go back in my house, and then I go back in my slash room, and and I'm sitting in my watching TV, and then I see a shadow go out like towards the backyard, and I'm like, holy shit, who the fuck's that? You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So I get up and I go to my car, And I look into my car, man, I had all kinds of shit in my car. So at first, I didn't really notice anything missing. So when I walk towards the backyard, I see fucking trails of bubble gum.
Oh,
You know,
no.
trails of bubble gum go through my backyard, you know, over the wall. So I was like, hey, that's my backpack. You know, so I go in my car and I look and my backpack's gone. I was like, holy shit, he took my backpack.
No.
But at first, I totally forgot about the cards. My main concern was that's where I had my Dodger uniform. I was like, fuck, that's my uniform's in there. Fuck, you know? So this guy, he had a bike. There was a bike in my driveway that I guess that guy had. So I get on that bike and I haul ass down the street because he jumped the wall to go to like the street on the other side. So I just jump on my bike, man, and I fucking haul ass to the other side of the block. And sure enough, I see the fucking trail of gum. You know what I mean? And it goes through this alley, in the back of these apartments, and I fucking catch this fool, and he's right there, right next to the dumpster. I seen him right when I got there. He throws my backpack in the dumpster, and then I say, "Hey, that's my backpack," and he's all like, "No, it's not." I said, "Yeah, dick." I go, "Yeah, you just took it from my car. I was the one who just saw you, right?" And this dude, he was fucking all tatted down, man. He was like a gangster, you know. He was from a gang, some gang, but I've never seen him before. And this was when I was still living in Bond Park, where I grew up my whole life. So I pretty much know everybody. And I was like, this guy's not from around here. But he's all tatted up. He's got all these gangster tats and shit. So at first I'm thinking he's going to get crazy with me. You know what I mean? But after a while, I could tell, okay, this dude's just fucking tweaked out and shit. You know what I mean? So I'm like, hey, so I go, yeah, that's my shit and this and that. And I grab him. And he's like, hey, well, I'm sorry, man. And so I said, where's my shit? I get my backpack, and I see like 2 of my cards there, and the other cards are gone. And my uniform is gone. I said, where's all the shit that was in here? He's like, it's in the trash. I said, well, fucking go in there and get it out. And he's like, well, I'm not going to jump. I said, you better fucking jump in there and get that shit out. Homeboy jumps in the dumpster, and then he pulls out my Sandy Koufax and my Mickey Mouse. Like, oh, shit, I forgot about all these cards.
Damn.
You know what I mean? But he goes in there, he pulls all my shit out, man. And so after he gets all my shit out, and then he starts telling me, oh, I'm sorry, man, this and that. And I was like, fucking whatever, you know. And I really wanted to pop him, but you can't. You know what I mean? I don't know how, you know, if you're familiar, but when you're messing with the gang, if I would have fucked him up, he's going to come back later.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Shit,
I was in that situation where I was like, nah, I could have, but I couldn't do anything because I have no idea. I have no idea who he is, but he knows where I live, you know?
Yeah,
so I gotta let it go. And I got all my shit back.
For sure. Yep.
Back, so.
Damn. Stories. I don't have any cool ass motherfucking stories like that. I'm over here fucking dying. Can't even hold my shit.
Well, nah, yeah, there'll be a million stories, man. You know, practically lived in the streets.
Right? You always got awesome stories.
Yeah, I mean, my parents got divorced when I was like in the 5th grade. So from birth to 5th grade, my dad living with us, it was like a strict as fucking household. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Lived by the rules. But once my dad moved out, it was like,
peace.
Hell yeah. Like, I could stay out after the street lights are on.
This shit. I
remember, like, we would stay out late at night, come back home, like, at 2 in the morning, and my mom would be there waiting for me with the belt. Fucking whip me for, like, 5 minutes. I'd be like, are you done? You know, guy.
Right.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, when my dad used to hit me off, fuck, I'd be running around the house, like, get over here, don't fucking move. Fucking that shit would hurt. My mom, it didn't hurt so much. You know what I mean? It's like, hurry up, get it over with.
So being the life that you've had, the collection, the on and off collection, you allude a lot to I don't want to say not taking care of the cards. I shouldn't say it like that, but you said a lot of the time back in the day, you didn't worry about like sleeves and top loaders and shit like that. Am I correct in saying that?
Oh yeah, definitely. If I found out somebody else collected cards and they told me come to my house, you know, I would have a shoebox of cards. You know, you're talking about a shoebox, not like a perfect fit box like today. You know, and you'd get on your bike,
right?
Put the box on your knees, and you're pedaling up and down. And you can hear the cards in there. I still remember that sound of the cards, you know, in the
rattling.
Box. Boom, boom. Like, oh man, it's like during the bingo thing. You know what I mean? Like you're turning it. You know, I
The
mean,
sound of sharp corners
yeah,
getting
you
fucking
leave the
dull.
house, the cards are in the shoebox, all perfectly aligned. You know, when you get there, they're just a hot mess.
Yes.
Yeah, and I
So
still don't. You know, it's like I'm more careful now because I know that their value, or just being scolded by other people. You know what I mean? Like you get scolded, man, on YouTube,
right,
man.
right,
Why do you do that? You know, it's like, dude, I'm not burning it. I'm not throwing it against the wall. I'm just holding it in my hand.
right.
You know, when I lick it, people freak out when I lick my Sandy Koufax turkey. It's like the card is still there, dude. I'm not poison. I don't have acid. You know what I mean? I'm not melting the
Right.
card.
That fucking reptile.
Yeah.
Well, with what I'm alluding to is with all of the with that scenario in mind, what would be like your prized possession or your most expensive, I don't know if I want to say most expensive. Well, yeah, the most expensive card. Like what would you say that would be that you have in your collection?
My 53 Topps Mickey Mantle
There you
by
go.
far. That's like my second step to my dream card, which is the 52. So the 53 is the second best. You know what I mean? I guess
So
you could say the 52, the 51 Bowman, but I almost really have no desire to get that card. You know what I mean?
so you have a 53 mantle.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I've seen that. So along what I was still saying with that background of not really, taking care of cars, just the lifestyle and the life you've had, how do you acquire what I would assume is at least that's a very expensive card.
Yeah, that's
She win the lottery, like hit it
pretty much.
in the 90s.
You could almost say that. You could almost say that.
Right.
It is.
Do you
It
own
is
some
correct.
Google or Apple stocks?
If you were, like if you were to just get all my cards and talk about value, I think the average card would value like 5 cents. You know,
Right.
like
That's where
I
I'm
have
at.
all these sets on my wall, but they're all, how much is a Topps 88-cent worth? You know what I mean?
It's what it's worth in here, though,
Yeah.
as I
You could get
pat my
You could
chest
get
like
them for
a cake.
$5. You know what I mean? You could get them for $5. But yeah, so normally when I go to an LCS, I'm going there with $40. You know what I mean? To me, that's good. That's a good day.
Yep.
And I'll go to the dollar boxes all day, whatever. You know what I mean?
Love it. Preach.
But my Mano, you're talking about that card's like 1,400. You know what I mean? You're in the $1,500 range, and that's way out of my budget. Way completely out of my budget. That's not something I could afford. You know, that's not something I was even dreaming of. It just kind of like fell in my lap by accident. You know what I mean? And let me explain by that. I just bought. We just bought a house. So, well, let me talk. Like, say my. Besides that, I also have the 54 and the 53 and the 54 Bowmans.
Right.
I bought the year before, and what happens is the Dodgers went to the World Series. Okay. So when I did not even expect it at first, but like one day all of a sudden I get a check for like $3,000 something out of fucking nowhere that I wasn't expecting. You know what I mean? So that was 2 years ago, and that's when I bought those other Mickey Mantles, my other ones, the Bowmans and the older ones. But last year, what happened is I was buying my house and we were doing all this refinance. Like it was crazy. Like it was a pretty hectic, thing to go through. Like the things that just kept happening. The escrow fell through. Do it again. This shit and that. And so what ended up happening basically was I was buying a house. I had to take out my 401k, which I took out like $50,000. And because they told me that was going to be my down payment. My down payment was going to be 50 grand. Right. And at the end, in the end, after I pulled all that money out, the down payment ended up being 18,000 or 16,000. So I basically had like, $35,000 left.
So
basically
you are rich.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like I'm gonna buy a Ferrari and fucking crash it. I don't give a fuck. But all that money ended up going into my kitchen, into
100%.
Into the house basically, And in the end, I was left with like, I pretty much kind of kept like $1,000 to myself,
You
And so I went first place I went to was my card shop, and I put that Mickey Mantle on layaway. I
nice.
put down like 500, you know, and so I was thinking I'm not gonna get it because I owe $1,000 still, so I'm probably never gonna get it, but I'm gonna try. You know what I mean? The worst thing that happens, when you do something on layaway, is if you can't make the payments, you just get your money back and the thing
Right.
goes back for sale. So
Yep.
you don't lose anything. So I was thinking, no, I'll probably never get it, but hopefully, I could talk her into just keep giving me extensions. That was going to be my plan. But so then we made it to the World Series again. And then,
Boom.
boom, I get another bonus, fucking went straight over there and took it out. You know what I
Boom.
mean? Paid the rest of the balance and took it out.
Beautiful card,
So
man.
that's how, so basically the Dodgers bought it for me. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Dodgers.
Basically the World Series bought it for me, the bonus we got, which is
That's
crazy
awesome.
because my bonus was like $7,000, but after taxes, it was
Yeah.
like 3,200.
Straight
It's
up,
like
man.
more than 50%. That's
Isn't that
fucking insane.
ridiculous?
It's
It's
crazy.
like Uncle Sam got a bonus because every person on that team gave a cut to him. Like,
Yeah.
who? What the fuck
You
did
know what I
you
mean? Like,
do?
if it's your regular paycheck, they don't take out that much, but because it was free, it was a bonus, they
It's
took
so
more than half of it.
ridiculous. It's so
It's crazy.
ridiculous and stupid.
Shit, I don't give a fuck though. I'm thankful.
Right, but you know how boss that would have been if you just got all of that, like a good chugga, $7,000.
Oh
Oof.
yeah, and it's up to the team how much you get, like the management and stuff. Because I know my friend, he used to work with us, and then he went to the Mets, and
Mhm.
like 2 years ago, and he got 24,000.
Damn,
It's up to the teams how they want to divide the money. And there's a lot of teams
damn.
like say Miguel Cabrera. Miguel Cabrera, he won't accept any playoff or World Series money. He donates it all to the grounds crew and stuff.
Dope.
So it's up to the organization how much you get.
Okay, okay. Damn, those are lifer grounds crewmen, or they're going wherever he goes. Damn,
Oh yeah,
that's cool. I
like
didn't know
people
that
who
that was
haven't
big.
made, yeah, the people who haven't made are like the clubbies and bat boys, because they work directly with the players and doing favors all the time. So
Fuck yeah.
that's why the bat boys now are in their fucking 40s, 'cause that's not a job you quit anymore.
Fuck
They're not bat
no.
boys anymore. They're fucking Batmans.
That's funny. Well, we can't do a podcast in early February without talking about Top Series 1. Dun, 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 dun. Series 1, Topps first set of the year. First set of about 48? Give or take 10. I don't know. But I want your overall first impressions. You've opened up some. What do you think?
I think they're all right. They're cool. They're very similar to the 82. That was my first impression. I saw these look the 82, just thinner.
Just thinner,
And
right?
and I like them. They're all right. But me, as a set collector, one thing that fucking bugs the shit out of me, fucking Tops, assholes, they don't think of the binder people anymore. Because,
Uh-oh.
so they have they have like that kind of curvy line. You know what I mean? They curve from left to right to the top or whatever.
Right, right.
So normally cards from the past or whatever, other sets, when you put them all in your binder, they all look the same, similar, from the front. But these ones, those lines are different. I'll have to make a video to fucking show exactly what I mean, probably. But so like say the thing goes from left to right when they're standing up, but the horizontal ones they go from right to left to
Oh,
the
yep. I
the
hear
opposite
you.
way. So when you're looking at them in a binder, they don't, it just like if you have OCD or something, it's gonna
Yeah.
bug the shit out of you. You know
Drive
what I
you
mean?
nuts.
Like you wanna flip, like if you flip the card backwards, since it's a sideways card, it doesn't matter. When you flip it backwards, it looks perfect from the front. But then when you flip it to the back, it's upside down. You know what I mean? And it's like, why don't these fucking people think of that? They don't think about the binders people anymore.
No,
You
no
know?
love for the bees. No love for the
No.
binders.
So I like the product, but I just wish I probably need to write a letter. Like,
Got
hey,
to. Got
You
to.
know, we put them in binders. Can you make sure that they all look, the same when
You're
they're in
gonna
the
have
binder?
to. You're gonna have to Andy Dufresne their asses though, and write a fucking letter every day to get their fucking attention.
I'm just
Andy
gonna dislike all
Dufresne
the posts.
being the fucking guy from Shawshank Redemption. What about the backs? With the backs, they got now we're seeing full stats, which is cool. Gotta
Yeah,
dig that.
I like
Gotta
that.
dig that.
Yeah, that's something people have been asking for a while,
Because
and I agree with
you
that.
know better than most doing some pack wars and whatnot when you're trying to fucking
Yeah,
flip those bees. And all you get is the stupidest text, the same text that you already know, like the stupidest shit. Come on. Stats,
yeah,
son. Stats. That's what we're interested in.
yeah.
That's
Like
what we
if
want
I
to
want to know
know.
if I want to know what he batted in 2002, I want to
Yeah.
just be able to look at the cards. But no, now they want me to whip on my fucking phone and
Right.
take 5 seconds to find out what it was.
Right. But still, yeah, 100%. I don't want to read that he had a slugging percentage of 826 in 2016, man. I want all the stats. But anyway, that's just me. There's probably people out there that probably don't care. I can't imagine why, but I gotta come to terms with that. That it might just be might be more my problem and not everybody else's problem.
Oh yeah, just like with everything else. Like I said,
Right.
that's a binder problem. Nobody else gives a shit about
Right.
that.
Right. So 2019 Topps. Do you have any idea what the next product is? I have no clue what the next one would be.
I don't know, but I'm sure it comes out next week,
It
and
probably
then
goes out
another one,
next week, right?
and then another one 2 days after that.
Oh my god. Yeah, Series 1 was easy for me. There's only one Conseco, and I didn't even get it. I've only bought one blaster, but I think it's just literally it's only the iconic cards, and it's the 86 reprint card. So
Oh, okay, yeah, for those
I got
iconic
one.
cards. Yeah, I pulled 2 of those iconic cards, and it was just, I think I got the Chris Bryan and the Judge or something. But
Nice, nice. I got Ichiro, which I'm gonna send to my boy. I collect Ichiro. That was a cool looking card, but I was obviously hoping to pull the Conseco. So if anybody listening to this has that card, hit me up in the comments below, and we'll trade for it. I don't know. It's really weird. Anyway, but it's cool too. I'm glad I'm a part of it. I'm not trying to talk shit about it, but it's just like wow, like
oh man,
people attack people and shit. I don't know. It's just like, and then there's all this
oh yeah.
retaliation and
Oh, I
shit. It's
mean,
just like mofos. We're just
I
showing
mean,
cards.
we're not gonna hide shit. I mean, we just
Right.
had our own fucking thing. We just had our own little fucking thing a couple of weeks ago on YouTube.
Right. Yeah, with the old
And it's
YouTube Hall of
happened
Fizzle.
before. And it's happened before. It's
For
happened
sure.
before. Me, I've only been on YouTube like a little bit over 2 years. And I saw this happen when I first started. And I saw this one happening and it happened. And then like there's other people like what's his name? Amish Dave Archer. There's a couple of people that you talk to that been on here for like 5 years and he's been on here 10 years, believe it or
Yes.
not. He's been on YouTube
Yes.
10 years. And he says he's seen this happen like, 10 times before. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It
Yeah.
happens.
It
So
happens.
yeah.
Everybody's got their own opinion. I do have mine.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to talk about it too much here because you are
That's fine.
a
That's fine.
member, a deserving member, nonetheless, because your creativity and it's obvious your love it didn't just start when you started a YouTube channel. You've been a lifelong fucking collector, and the love of the hobby is obvious there. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of, I'm just going to put my mini opinion out. I didn't make a response because who the fuck am I anyway to have an opinion? But it was, I feel like a YouTube Hall of Fame would insinuate that you should be like, the boys that have been here for like at least like 5 to 10 years, because those are the motherfuckers. You don't make the Hall of Fame by having 2 or 1 good season. Ronald Acuna's not in a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
But it is what it is. This is a short cycle game too. Not a lot of people make it that, as far as longevity. So.
Yeah, that's what you okay. Even when I totally, I don't know how I totally skipped it, but when I did my response video this year for the ballot, I had my ballot from last year because last year, as soon after I did my ballot and I got accepted, I did a ballot for this year, last year, just for shits and giggles. You know what I mean? So last year I said, okay, these are the guys that I won't want in, and I wrote a list of 10 of them. And by the time it came to this year's Hall of Fame, that's why I was looking forward to it. It's like, oh, I want to. And most of those guys don't make videos anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I had that guy Trillinator. I had him on my list. He just came back. Like literally like a week ago. He started making videos again. But I had him last year. I had Star Dog Cards. He kind of stopped making videos. I had Todd Burlingame. He stopped making videos. It's a trip. You know what I mean? I was like, dude, 5 of the guys that I had on my list last year stopped making videos.
They're gone.
These guys are making videos all the time. You think they're going to be like that forever? And shit happens, and boom, they're gone. It's like, whoa, some guy Cam I am. I used to like this guy Cam I am. He was cool as hell. He was all 420 and everything. And then he disappeared. I was like, holy shit. All these guys that I wanted to vote for, like, they're not even on YouTube anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess if a YouTube career, an average YouTube career being, let's just say 4 years, being
if that, yeah,
if that, let's say 3 years even. So if the prerequisite is at least 1 year, that's a third of your career. You know what I'm saying? So if now that's now we're talking kind of different, in my mind, at least how I kind of balance it out, because you're right. And when you talk it out a little bit more with other people, chill. Yeah, it makes sense to me. So I'm with it. It's fucking cool. Either way, it's to bring the community together. But
I have strong opinions, real strong opinions on everything that went down. But I don't say shit because to me, I'm here on YouTube just to talk about cards.
For sure.
That's it.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. See.
It's up to you. It's up to you. I understand. There's people that did shit, and I understand why you did that. Okay, and then this guy said this. Okay, I understand why you said that. You know what I mean? That's all cool. But me, personally, just me, I'm not bringing any drama to YouTube. That's just not me.
For sure.
That's all it is with me. I got shit to say, but I'm not going to. I'm just here for the card.
For
sure. You know what I mean?
For sure. When I was,
if I don't like what you're doing, I'm just not gonna watch it, or I'm not gonna participate. But I'm not gonna go fucking spread hate on YouTube. You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
That's just not me. That's just not me. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Like,
make a video either, or not either. That's why I didn't make a response, because I started to think about what the response would be, and it was just like something I didn't really want to put out there. So it was just like, is what it is,
Yeah,
everybody can just do their thing and everything. I don't know the details of said drama, but I've heard, just watching everybody else's video, it's reverberated through the community, so people kind of hint at what that something, an event had happened or went down, and he said, she said, and some arguing and whatnot. Might have went farther. Like I said, I don't know any details, but I was like, really, to me, like, I'm new to this game, and I'm new to the community, so it was just like, I was like, really, motherfuckers are getting salty and pissy over this? Like, this is supposed to be fun. Like, what the fuck is that, man? We're all adults.
Well, yeah, that's exactly, and it's always scary of the backlash, like, oh, I don't want to say this because guarantee no matter what you say, people are going to get pissed.
For sure.
You could be like Teresa and do nothing but good. There's people are going to hate on you. You know what I mean?
People can come to the...
People are going to hate on you for being a good person. It happens.
People can come to let it be known, come to the BrahjCast and say whatever you want. You will not be hated here. Yeah, man, just a mini thing. That guy, he irks me, man. I gotta say it. This is my show, so fuck him. Mm-hmm. The guy himself irks me, and I don't have many reasons why. It's really only one. It's two, really, because I don't know him. I think his name is Baseball Collector or whatnot, and I interviewed Jen, baseball card babe, and had a fucking fantastic time with her. And then he interviewed her a few weeks later, and I watched it, and I don't give a fuck if I get shit for this. I feel like he kind of like was condescending towards her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of like, damn, dude, just because like she's a girl and some shit, just the way he worded shit, I was like, man, I wonder if she's fucking, like biting her tongue here. And
Okay,
I
exactly.
get the feeling she was, but he was like, I heard you. Listen, one more thing. He was like, I heard you on the bra, and the way he was looking at the camera, I was like, listen here, you bitch ass motherfucker. You don't know me. I'll beat your fucking circle headed ass, bitch. I've been waiting so long to say that, man. I couldn't believe this. I was like, motherfucker, the production value is way better than your garbage ass shit. And you want to sit there and be like, the bra, so fuck you, motherfucker, and your bullshit. Woo!
Okay,
I've been waiting to say that. So anyway.
Okay, look, no, so look at you exactly though. You hit the dick right on the tip, okay? and that's what I said a few times. And that's what I've said a few times. It's like, okay, Mike, baseball collector, and the YouTube Hall of Fame, to me, are really not one and all, you know? They're not exactly one thing. It's like you could be mad at Mike but still respect the Hall of Fame.
Yes, there it is.
You know what I mean?
There it is. That's
so
100%.
Go ahead, be mad at Mike. You don't like Mike, okay? But he is not the YouTube Hall of Fame. He's the one who took the initiative and put it together. And let me tell you what, last year it was fantastic.
Well
okay?
said. Yeah,
it was fucking awesome. And it started off this year that way too. You know what I mean? and then okay, dude, let me tell you something, man. Martin Luther King Day for me has been a curse for like the last fucking 10 years. Okay? It has been. All right? And this year I was thinking, hey, I don't think I'm going to get in any trouble today. I don't think I'm going to get arrested like I normally do on MLK. Today's going to be a good day. And I went to work that morning. So I missed all the drama in the morning. I didn't get to see all these people fighting or commenting, whatever the hell happened after that. By the time I got home, I just saw the shitstorm. You know what I mean? So I wasn't involved in any of it. But dude, I mean, I saw so much hate that day.
Oof.
I couldn't fucking sleep that night, man. Like two or three nights, dude. I was like, fucking, why can't everybody just understand that? Leave the my problem wasn't, okay, I understand why you're mad at Mike. But I'm trying to get people to fucking, okay, don't fucking shit on the Hall of Fame,
right?
Because you don't like Mike. They're two different things. You know what I mean? That's just all I'm trying to get across. They're two different things.
Well said.
You can hate.
I agree.
100%. If you're a fan in New York and you didn't like Steinbrenner, okay, don't like him, but you still root for the Yankees. You know what I mean?
Right.
To me, it's the same thing. The Hall of Fame is still good. The guy, if you don't like the guy who's running it, your beef is with him, not the Hall of Fame. They're two different things. Just keep it separate,
Yeah, 100%. Well said. And that makes, I'm glad that you said that, because I knew that, one of the things written down here was YouTube Hall of Fame, because you're a member and it's going on right now, and it's hot news. If you want the millions, the ratings, I got to maintain my status as YouTube's #1 baseball podcast on Sunday nights.
Hell yeah.
I got it. We got to talk about it. So I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know what the fuck I was trying to even say there. Brain farting right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's just. I'm waiting for it to be over, dude. And that's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the election day, and hopefully nobody tries to sabotage it or anything, and just let it go. Fucking frozen. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Yes. So the YouTube Hall of Fame, Baseball Hall of Fame, quick thoughts on that. We got a couple minutes left here. What were your thoughts on old Baines and Musina and Edgar? Are you happy with it overall, or
No, not really.
I was a little like, like what the fuck was Mike Musina? Like, maybe I should go look up some shit before I talk trash.
No,
But like,
well,
Mike,
see,
you seen it?
I listen to a lot of sports radio, okay? And what I get from all the conversations and everything, uh, all these teams campaign for their people. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like the Mariners campaign for Martinez to get him in. They've been campaigning and campaigning and pretty much begging and sucking the dick of the fucking, the judges. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And so that's what they were talking about Fred McGriff, how Fred McGriff is a Hall of Fame candidate to them, but he's not associated with any team because he's played for so many teams that there was not one team that took the initiative to campaign for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
Fuck,
same thing with Harold Baines. He got in because of the cronyism, pretty much. You know what I mean? He was, there were a lot of people that worked for the White Sox were on the panel. Harold Baines' team.
Right. Well, what does
It's
that mean
almost like,
for the next
it could be
couple
in
of years?
comparison to the YouTube community. What people are saying is basically just this is a joke.
Right.
Harold Baines basically got in because I guess he commented on some of the judges' fucking Facebook and or commented on their videos, so they voted him in.
Because I'm trying to think myself is what's the next like 5 years? Like who's retiring and then in 5 years they're getting in? Like what kind of class? Like what the?
See, like I said, I've been like I'm a hardcore like baseball fan and the numbers and all this. And when I was a kid, I had a lot of like stat books and Hall of Fame and shit like that. So to me, this is just my opinion. I'm sure it's like a lot of older people's opinions, but the next generation, their opinion is going to change now because baseball has changed.
Mm-hmm.
To me, what matters most, home runs. Hits.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Those are what matter the most.
Yep.
But now with all this shit going on, it's like, well, this guy did really good on Thursdays against pitchers whose last name started with the letter S. On a fucking 2 days after it rained, he batted 450.
Well, Caesar, he has a 8.92 WAR and a what the fuck is a WAR? A WA? Like I'm looking at these baseball cards, like what? She's trying to tell me what a WAR is.
That wins above replacement.
Look at you, you know what it is. See, man, I'm garbage. I'm a collector, but man, I don't know much. That's for sure. So, man, people who are listening, take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Wins above replacement. But why is that a fucking stat, bro? Why is that a stat? Why can't we just have fucking home runs, doubles, triples, hits? Because they had to make up some shit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I just said that, so maybe I'll.
So for me, what I've been noticing like the last 10 years, is they start comparing a good number that they have to somebody else's worst numbers in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? So, just find somebody that was a home run hitter but didn't hit for average that good. They'll get somebody like, oh well, this guy only batted 275, so my guy batted 280, so he should get in. Yeah, but this guy hit 700 home runs. You know what I mean?
No.
And your guy hit 200 home runs.
Man.
But with math, you could always manipulate the numbers to swing in your favor, and that's what's going on with all this, stats and all this crazy shit that they got going on.
Yep.
So it does get watered down, and that's gonna happen. Now it's people, the campaigning, they were talking about how much the Mariners campaigned to get Edgar Martinez in. You know what I mean?
Man.
It wasn't just like they just decided all of a sudden he's good enough now. It's like they got convinced. They got convinced now, 10 years later.
Yeah, like, I mean, I think of him as a good player, but I mean, like Hall of Fame, like then you're talking like, all right, we'll throw in my boy Gary Gaetti, how about some Dave Magadan? You know what I'm saying?
And then the next generation looks at their weakest numbers. You know what I mean? And so it gets lower and lower. But hey, that's what's going to happen. I always thought the Hall of Fame, to me, the Hall of Fame is supposed to be the elite.
The big
You know
dogs.
what I mean?
Yeah, maybe one
Yeah,
year.
it's
If you
not
don't
that
have
anymore.
one, you don't. Like, make it a mystique. Yeah, like, fuck, man, you got to be, good. But of course, they got to have something every year because they got to satisfy, probably sponsors or this or that or whatever, because that shit ain't free and blah, 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 blah,
Well, it's
blah.
kind of like the All-Star game, right? Somebody has to be there from every team. What if the fucking team doesn't have anybody good enough?
Right.
You know?
The
Somebody has
best,
to be
worst
there. So
player.
there's going to be some guy who doesn't deserve to be there, taking the place of somebody who does.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. So what is that? That's getting that's more of the generation of like participation awards and participation trophies and all that shit. Instead of just putting the best players out there, or the people that, would have got voted by the fans per se. Yeah, it's interesting. Lots of things have changed, and the hobby too. Just it's weird to me, and it's unfortunate because I see the bitterness in me coming out sometimes, and I say it sometimes. I delete a lot more on social media than I actually put out there because, of course, I reread everything to make sure that I'm not being a complete piece of shit.
Well, see, that's the thing about the difference in the world today. The difference in the world today with the social media is like, say, before I only hung around Dodger fans. Okay,
for sure.
So I don't want to say anything bad about Edgar Martinez because I'm thinking about Ground Chuck because he's a Seattle Mariners, collector. I don't want to say anything bad about Mike Messina getting in because then now I have Yankee fan friends. And I don't want to piss them off saying Mike Messina shouldn't be in there,
I did.
Whatever.
Oops.
You know what I mean? It's
for
like
sure.
Before when every person in the world that I knew was a Dodger fan, you could talk shit about every fucking team and everybody's on your side.
It was easy.
Now when you're on social media, you're gonna offend somebody. You know what I mean?
You're gonna.
If you got 1,400 subscribers, you're gonna offend some of them.
Exactly, 100%, 100%. But fuck it. Oh, I don't think I got any Harold Baines fans at least listening right now. So fuck him.
I think
Come on, really? That's fucking awesome. Honestly, that's really fucking awesome because I thought I was obscure for being a Jose Canseco fan and collector and shit, but you know what, man? For every player, man, damn near every player, there's someone out there that's collecting the fuck out of his shit, man, and that's so cool. That's the type of shit that's cool as fuck to me, but me collecting Jose Canseco, it's easy to acquire those cards and it doesn't make a financial strain, to get,
you're lucky
to get into the hobby. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like a kid nowadays, man, you better have a fucking rich ass dad that's putting your fucking ass on YouTube and letting you open up fucking hundreds of dollars worth of cards and shit, because that shit ain't happening for no kid. That's how we all started. All of us with money now. That's how we all started as kids, opening up cards for, quarters and, whatever, 50 cents. Fuck, man. 50, there's packs that are fucking $50. There's, 500. So it's just hard. So it just feel sorry. I wonder how they're gonna establish that new wave of young collector to sustain this hobby in 25 years when they have all the money and we're done.
It's more of it's definitely any kid that's getting into it is definitely way more aware of the prices than kids were, in the 80s.
But yes,
they know
100%.
Everything about that's the first thing they ask now. Hey, what's the value?
Exactly. Whereas I was just because I like the way this dude fucking crushed home runs, so I want all of his cards. That's the only reason. That's it. And give me some shit because he's
I don't think there was ever as much disappointment opening baseball packs than now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because most people that open up a pack now are buying it for a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're buying it for a hit, and the odds are against you.
They
are. So there's so many people. They get a decent pack. They get some good players, but because there's no hit, fucking waste of money. Piece of shit. You know what I mean?
and on social media, they're seeing all these people getting hits, but it's not it's not their friends. It's a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend who has retweeted it a bunch of times. So, I mean, it's not like, I don't know. It's rough. I like this idea I saw. I can't remember the channel. That sucks of me, but he was like, instead of like buying $20 blaster, I bought this on eBay or Burbank Cards or whatever, ComC. And I most of the time when I buy a blaster, if I didn't get a Conseco, I'm like, dang. And then it's immediately like, fuck, I could have bought like a lot of binder filler for that $20, and it's like, I wish I would have done the other, but of course I love cracking packs. I love getting, I'm searching for a Jose in there and stuff. So I don't know. I can see where, I don't know. It gets a little hard sometimes to be buying all these fucking cards and shit like that. And the prices can get, I don't know, if you're going to be able to be in the arena of a kid and his prices, it's obviously you're in that retail market where the hits are very few and far between. And the packs have been all pack searched at Target and Walmart for the kids.
Yeah.
There's not many local card shops. So, I mean, it's just rough. It's really, really rough, man.
Well, say I bought a jumbo hobby box of the 2019 Series 1, okay? So you're talking about $100 and something, okay? You're talking over $100 for that jumbo hobby box. I put my cards in order. I didn't complete the set. That's not the set. That's half the set.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Damn. I thought that would get you.
Think about it. I could buy this whole set from Target in a couple months. It's going to be for $40.
$40, homie. Yeah.
But I just spent $100 and something to get an incomplete half a set. You know what I mean?
Right. And the possibility of getting something fucking nice, but then we all get those fucking rando green parallel of a dude we don't collect, so it goes in the piles. I don't know about you, but I've got the random piles of all my homies on YouTube here, what they collect, so it goes right in all their little stacks.
That's how I know that I'm a baseball card junkie, because I know the math. I'd be better off buying the complete set, but I want to go through all these packs.
And I want to crack that wax.
I want to put it together by hand.
Yep.
Okay? Which only makes sense if you're a collector. You tell any other person in the world, hey, should I spend $300 to put this set together and get a bunch of doubles, or should I just buy the set for $40? What makes more sense?
Right.
Buy the set for $40, but I'm a baseball card collector. I'm going to fucking do it the hard way.
Right.
So, I mean, I have all my binders like on the shelf and all the doubles in boxes that it took me to,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's, man, I mean, this community is just crazy. Like passion for cards, like Mark Adamson, and there's a bunch of people that they want, and that's what the crazy thing is. Like, I kind of want to do it myself, but people just offer me their help all the time, and I don't want to be a dick. You know what I mean? And say no. But like Tommy Golf just sent me the last 3 cards that I needed for my 78 set. Boom, my set's complete.
That's
so forever,
awesome.
I'm going to remember he gave me the last 3 cards that Willie Stargell. Boom. Every time I look at that 78 for the rest of my life, I'm going to remember who gave me that card to complete it. You know what I mean? Just like almost all these, I can remember the last card that I needed, where I got it from. You know what I mean? Now it's crazy that with this YouTube thing, now it's like, as much as people want to say, oh, that's my friend, okay, it's the internet. It's still a stranger. You know what I mean? This stranger helped me do it. As much as I want to say he's my fucking best friend because we cards, it's still a stranger in real life. You know what I mean? This perfectly stranger just fucking sent me this fucking card that I've been looking for 20 years.
For 20
you know what I mean?
years. Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Insane when you think about it.
That's very cool.
You know what I mean? A lot of these cards, a lot of these sets that I have, and I'm missing this one fucking card. Why? Why do I have like fucking 20 doubles of this card, but never came across this card?
I hear you,
ever.
brother.
You know what I
I
mean?
hear you.
It's just crazy. It's just insane. It drives me nuts when I think about it. You know?
I'm showing the camera right now if it's still running. I need one card for my 2018 Stadium Club. It's number 107. I still haven't even looked up who the fuck it is because I just assumed I would get it, and I don't understand it. Blaster after blaster after blaster. Had people, listen to me, had people help me. Fuck, man. Passion for cards, like you said, he sent me a grip, but guess which one he didn't send me? Card 107. Yankees
Yeah, why
card,
doesn't he
Jerome sent me like 12 cards. Guess which one it was? 107. Like, how come we couldn't all get this mystery fucking 107? And it's
Well, look
like,
it up. Maybe it doesn't exist.
I know, right?
It
Right. It's gonna be
happens. It
checklists or
happens.
some bullshit. Yeah, or some card that didn't make the cut or something. Well, shit, brother, we've been rocking and rolling for about an hour and a half, man. Is there anything else you wanna fucking talk about, or you wanna get off your chest before we wrap her up?
Nah, I'm good. An hour and a half is a pretty good chunk of time.
Fuck yeah! I just looked down. I was like, damn, we've been killing it. Good times, man. It was awesome. Probably get this up within a week or so. I'll be talking with Purple GT22 Super Beard. Are you familiar with his content?
Oh yeah, Steve Finch. He's one of the OGs. He's been making videos forever.
Right. I was like watching Steve's video and getting all these packages from Heather.
Yeah, everything you get from him comes from Heather.
So yeah, I can't wait to talk to him. That'll be the first time I get to talk to him. That's going to be tomorrow.
Yeah, the first time I got a care package for him, I was like, "Who the hell is Heathen?"
Right.
Oh, Heather.
Right.
I was like, "Yeah, the church. The church like that sent me this. You heathen."
You heathens. Fucking A, man. And I got Passion for Cards, doing one with him early March. Shit, who else do I get to talk to coming up? Jerome, Yankees Cards, get to talk to him on a podcast. Man, yeah. Loving this,
He gave me
man.
my first yellow strawberry card. I think I was like one of his first people he sent a mail day to, I think. Somewhere around there.
He's got really, really good content. He's always on the BFRG, always there Sunday nights talking shit, having fun. He's got a great story to tell too. So I can't wait to let everybody hear it. That's for sure. But
yeah, because I heard all arm wrestlers are gay. So
oh shit! Already went at it, Jerome. Just get heated right now. Just fucking shit! Fucking he was. He had those grippy. What do you do? Those forearm grip muscle things while he's listening to this. He's fucking squeezing it. He just fucking broke it when he heard that.
I'm working on my forearm, just crushing this 420, breaking it up.
Right. My shit's all gone. My drink's all gone. Man, yeah, loving doing these podcasts right now because, without having, you get almost a month and a half break from sets between 2018 and 2019. So, without much to collect, with only Conseco only having one card in this one too to get, that'll be no problem. I don't have much cards to show. I do have a grip coming because I did pull the trigger on some binder material, which I'm super stoked about because one of my goals for this year was to start showing my Conseco binder that I've been piecing together for the last 2 years. So that'll be cool, but just gotta do a lot of these podcasts, get to know a lot of more people in the community. So that's one thing that the YouTube Hall of Fame is going to help me. That's a lot of things that people are giving me a lot of suggestions of people to go look at, which is cool, which is something that you do a lot, which is something that Steve also fucking alluded to, is that he takes a lot of your suggestions and like Silver Jackify, he heard a lot, I just saw that. He saw his epic giveaway through your response because you're the fucking response king. You're the response machine.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Honestly, I think about 90% of my subscribers don't know exactly what my PC is. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't, because I don't have time to do just showcase because I'm constantly doing mail days and response videos. That takes up most of my videos, mail day and response. I have no time to showcase and show people, hey, this is my PC. You know what I mean? And my main PC has been Giancarlo Stanton for years, and everybody thinks it's Corey Seager. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because
That's
I
what they
say that
think.
because I have that Corey Seager line. You know?
Anything else you want to say before we cut her off?
No, man, just reminding everybody, man, YouTube is just for fun. And that's it. You know what I mean? If you have hard feelings, man, just hold them in, man. You know? Because it is controllable. You don't have to upload a video if you make it negative.
Yep, you don't have to upload it. You don't have to click all. Yeah, there's a lot of times where you can just say, fuck that, delete, escape, gone.
Oh, I've done that a lot of times on comments. Or I comment on somebody and they're like, yeah, what am I going to win out of this? Take it off.
Delete. Done it so many times. All right, man. Well, fuck, man. Like I said, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for your time. Everybody, it's Pepino Man. Pepino Man, say goodbye to the millions.
Adios, millones.
Ciao.
Vaya con Dios. Ciao.
There it is, my man. All right, homie. I'll holler at you later.
All right, man. Take care.
Peace.
Say it with me now, it's going down. Chris from the BrahjCast bringing the sound. Yeah, best in the game, Canseco should be his name. Straight from Little League to YouTube Hall of Fame. On top with the tops and the top hat. Can't stop, too high, you should know that. The champ in the world of podcast, Mail day, car breaks, bars for days. Collect everything, funny face, crazy names. Subscribe now, come get a taste, hey. Spreading the love and positivity. Sunday night is BFRG. Surprise, surprise, never know what it gon' be. Click fast, don't miss out. BrahjCast, say it with me now.